In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Perplexity Spaces to automate and streamline loads of stuff in your life, whether that's at work, research, study, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. So what are Perplexity Spaces? Well, if you're new to using this as an LLM, then you'll see on the left-hand side here, you'll see a button called Spaces, and then you can go and click Templates. Now, these are all templates that are pre-made, ready for you to use to start using Perplexity in a custom way. Now, the way Spaces work is that they're a place that you can keep all the information nicely together in one particular project area or particular workflow or action you perform. So you can see here all these lists of different things are different custom ways in which you can use Perplexity with different instructions and different inputs into your space. So you can see here there's templates for life, technology, sales and marketing, research, people and ops, all sorts of things. But if you want to actually set up your own new space, you need to go and create new space. Now, when you get into this area, it can feel a little overwhelming because you're like, okay, well, where do I start? And I'm going to show you exactly how to set it up. So for example, let's say we're going to make a blog post generator, and you could do this for like research or anything we talked about, or you could take this idea and do it for a LinkedIn copywriter or anything like that. Now we're going to put a title in the top here just so we can name our space basically, and then it gets really important. The next thing we want to do is add instructions. This is where we're going to explain what sort of output and how we want the LLM Perplexity to react to our prompts and what specifically we want it to do. Now you can think of this almost as like a prompt that's always guiding your space, so an overarching prompt of what you want it to do. And I've got one here. It says, you're a blog writing assistant trained to match the tone, structure, and style of a company's existing blog content. And then it's going to go through and exactly explain how I want it to output and where I want it to draw its inspiration from, the structure I want it to do, the brand tone, the clarity and relevance in the flow. And there's a really key point in here as well, that at the bottom first it says, if you're unsure, ask for clarification if it's not sure, which is so it doesn't go off and do stuff when it's not sure. It can actually come back and ask me. And the first point here, analyze linked examples of previous blog posts. So I'm going to give it some reference of where I want it to draw its inspiration from, which is the next most important part of creating a space. And also, if you're finding anything useful in this video, do me a digital handshake, hit the subscribe button below. It's a brand new channel, putting out content every day, trying to help people drive more traffic to their websites, use AI more efficiently to do so. So if that interests you, it'd be great to have you stick around for longer. Next, we can either add files or information from our Google Drive. So if I had a load of blog posts that I wanted it to be referencing in its tone or style, I could upload those blog posts there as the reference. We said in our prompt that I want to add links. So instead of adding files, I'm going to add links. So I can hit this plus button here, and I could either add a whole domain, or I could go and actually pull specific blog posts that I've written in my style to add in there. So I'm going to go and add in some of my blog posts that I've written so it can actually work off my style and my writing. If you were doing something else that you wanted it to have a particular knowledge base, maybe you've written a book and you want to be creating off your particular knowledge base, or there's some internal stuff in your company, you could also add that up there as well. The final thing is you want to add a description of what the space does and tell people how to use it, or tell yourself how to use it if you can't remember. So in here, I'm just going to put create blog posts that match tone, voice, style, structure, just share an idea or outline to get started. This isn't going to affect the output. It's just informing me, the user, of how I want it to work, basically. Now I've got everything set up. And also, if you're struggling you think, oh, how do I write all these custom instructions and all that sort of thing? You can either ask, Perplexity or ChatGPT or whatever to write you the custom instructions based on what you're trying to achieve. Well, there's a nice little app that I sometimes use called Prompt Genie, where you can actually go and ask it to write prompts and instructions for you. So you could write what you want to achieve in here, a custom instruction prompt for Perplexity Spaces that will write a blog post in my tone and style from links provided. We'll just tidy that up a little bit. And then you can choose the length of prompts you want there and there, but basically you'll see it outputs the exact sort of instructions we need to get working with. You can tweak these and test them out for yourself. You can actually test them within the app as well. But basically, you can check these through, tweak them, copy and paste them into your Perplexity space that you're working from. So once you've got your instructions and your resources pulled in there, now you can start using your space. For example, write a blog post about 5 tricks to rank at the top of Google. Now, You could get it to go and research and write off that. I like to give more information and put more into my spaces. So, what you could actually do is you could actually go and add more information into this files area. So, if you wanted it to write in your tone, but you also had a book or an in depth wealth of knowledge or information that you also wanted to give it to reference, you could put that in this file area. In this scenario, I'm actually going to give it a transcript to work with. Here's a transcript of my thoughts. So I'm going to give it a transcript of my thoughts as well that I've recorded so that I can actually give it loads of insight to then go and work off. Now, we can also, what's cool about Perplexity Spaces is you can select the settings at the bottom here when you're working. So you can select Sonar as Perplexity's main model. You could choose Claude, Anthropic, GPT. So we could actually say, like, actually, I want to use Claude for this. You could choose sources of where you want it to research from as well to get extra context. And then you can even use labs mode and get their AI agents to start creating things for you and building dashboards, or you can use deep research mode as well. In this scenario, we've actually given it loads of context of thoughts, and we could get it to go and write in my style. So off we go. Space is going to go and start writing based on my information and my vibe. And even what's cool is bringing in sources from around the web. So I can put external links in there as well, which is really nice for blog writing, and confirm the information that we've got. But you can see, it's nicely formatted, nicely broken down, it's punchy language and easy to digest and read, and full of helpful tips in my tone. Short, sharp introduction. I don't like waffling on too much for the introductions. Now, what's helpful once you've finished working is you'll see below each space everything is nicely categorized. So you'll see all your different threads. So if you could create a space for one client, one research project, or one action you're doing, and you'll see everything listed below that you can go and easily find related to this particular space as well, which is a nice way to organize all of your projects. And if you're getting started with Perplexity and you want a full in-depth guide, then check out this video above where I go through everything, all of the features in detail.